Everyone has the right to a nationality. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Article 16. Article 5. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, is a milestone document in the history of human rights. Drafted by representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world, the declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on December 10, 1948, General Assembly Resolution 217A, as a common standard of achievements for all peoples and all nations. It sets out, for the first time, fundamental human rights to be universally protected, and it has been translated into over 500 languages. The UDHR is widely recognized as having inspired, and paved the way for, the adoption of more than 70 human rights treaties, applied today on a permanent basis at global and regional levels, all containing references to it in their preambles. Preamble. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Whereas disregard and contempt for human rights have resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind, and the advent of a world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech and belief and freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people. Whereas it is essential, if man is not to be compelled to have recourse, as a last resort, to rebellion against tyranny and oppression, that human rights should be protected by the rule of law. Whereas it is essential to promote the development of friendly relations between nations. Whereas the peoples of the United Nations have in the Charter reaffirmed their faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person and in the equal rights of men and women, and have determined to promote social progress and better standards of life and larger freedom. Whereas member states have pledged themselves to achieve, in cooperation with the United Nations, the promotion of universal respect for and observance of human rights and fundamental freedoms. Whereas a common understanding of these rights and freedoms is of the greatest importance for the full realization of this pledge. Now, therefore, the General Assembly proclaims this Universal Declaration of Human Rights as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and all nations, to the end that every individual and every organ of society, keeping this declaration constantly in mind, shall strive by teaching and education to promote respect for these rights and freedoms, and by progressive measures, national and international, to secure their universal and effective recognition and observance, both among the peoples of member states themselves and among the peoples of territories under their jurisdiction. Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood.
Grand uprising. Grand uprising. Grand uprising. Free people. We have shared the information about the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. And we have said this thing is a group effort. And as you have heard, most of the nations across the earth come together with an agreement that said I'm tired of this war, war, war. And as such, the Universal Declaration of Rights was instituted. So here is the Article 1 state all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So even the foreign man who don't look like I, we have to view it this way for know that even these people have the very same human rights and dignity. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in the spirit of brotherhood. Now, I don't think everybody is endowed with no reason. And some people not have nothing, what them I call conscience. And them demonstrate that throughout history. However, this is the pledge, this is the agreement, this is the international contract where we, the free people, have in place. And this very document is instituted within all the laws, national laws across the so-called civilized world. But one of the problems where we have is that we don't know about it, and if we do, we don't know about we can invoke it. When we hear people have a question the human rights, especially on this island, it's not set in existence. It's always been there from 1948. This assures that this thing is there. And even our island here, the government of Jamaica as it is, as a corporate construct, is a party to this document, is a signatory to this document. So it's more like when people don't know and know how to apply and invoke these things and stand on it. That's when them allow foreign people to come and try interpret what it is. And then foreign people is at the head of these kind of human rights organization. It's not a man like I, or people like us with our background. It's always some foreign entity. You know what I mean? Sit on top of this thing and direct things. And have the minions beneath them. I bring confusion to what is known as fundamental rights and freedom when I come from the man, because even this very construct, this not derived from the man, the Mongla acknowledge where is inherent in all man. In all man. So when all some foreign European so-called type, they're on the mainland of America, so-called, and institute them rules, them code, them slave codes, and oppress the native people of this landmass, the original people of this landmass, the Aborigines, so-called, of this landmass, the so-called black people, what I'm saying, invisible. These foreign people create all kind of policies will violate this very document. And when we talk about America, for we, whether upon this level with the knowledge, we know say it's this hemisphere. You understand? And we can look and know that there is a United States of America, which is the corporation. And when that corporation was created, it created a fiscal agency, which is the United States Incorporated. So you talk about different entities, my people. You have to know the distinction. This is how them trick you. Them use word wizardry. It's no different from Jamaica of what is known as a constitution when them get the so-called independence. That document is there with the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, which correlate with this specific document. But you have to invoke it. And if you choose to be a corporate citizen, you're under a whole different jurisdiction. They won't tell you these things. This is what the foreigners do. Them come with a whole different set of things, where when you think you have it here, it's not there, it's somewhere else. So when you hear the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, people, don't be dumb, don't be stupid. Universal, what it mean? Uni mean one, and versal are the repetition of that song. So universe is straight across the board. Universal Declaration on Human Rights. So if you consider yourself with hue, like how we have this H-U-E, this dark hue, and you're a man, then you have that right. The government man can't deny you this right once you know of it and invoke it. Absolutely no politician will put on pants and shirt and clothes like us, will urinate and defecate like us. Cannot tell you, say, boy, you not have the option to declare yourself free and stand on international laws, not just the corporate policies. They won't express that to you people. This is why I say upgrade your status and then you look for something different. It's a brand new discovery. However, you still have to learn how to function. This is the information that we bring and try in an attempt to bring clarity. I would like honorable clarification. Let's be clear, crystal clear. No word games here. This is why I'm telling you, saying now. You see, the moment you look on any organization and it's not I at the top of it, question that mess. Because then we always pretend as if them are the good for us, when really they are the adversary to us. Because them are there to bring confusion. When them know what is right, them just advocate for something we go against what is right in all kind of fancy form. And we have to be aware of these things. We have to rise to this occasion. We as a people must rise to this occasion. Every time I say, no different from the sun. We have to rise and shine and blind them with our beauty. Blind them with our glory. And we alone can do that. So now make no man, government people talk like them. A little man will come from out of some little place where we don't know about, with some orphanage background. You understand? I will come tell you, say, boy, you don't have no fundamental rights and freedom. So why is that document in place? People, we are on that level now, I'm on there. We are on that level now. Them can't call all our dons. Them can't try that. We have too much of our people now out there where apply themselves. Especially a lot of them were here high from this little corner here. We're not talking about just mainland. We are talking about round here, so. Because the more I say our yard people start listening and take on to this platform, changes are going to make. Because no dunce not go there no more. You get me? And man, I go know, say, if him choose to do wrong, him I go suffer that consequences. You get me? Because when you do wrong and behave a certain way, you get pushed out. You have to stand up to them responsibility there. You understand? And that's our thing there. So we not allow no man to interpret nothing for us when we are competent and capable for read these legal documents and ascertain the legal definition so we can apply it lawfully as we function, as we choose to navigate ourselves through this commercial sea. We have to rise to this occasion, my people. And my sister, we are get there. And once upon a time when I just me alone out here. Right now, I see quite a few people. I say, I mean, make we take a ear and listen. Because what you must say makes sense. We not get no nonsense here. But you see, true, we harsh at times. We not play the skirt game. People will kind of be a bit reticent for really engage. And we don't have no problem with that. Because we don't play the sissy kind of game around here. We don't want nobody come chat up to we when you know, say, boy, a game we not try play. It's decapitation. Now make no man telling you nothing wrong. I want to accept that. Question that. Even I say, yo, Nestorian King, what you talk about? And I go say, do the research. And then you come forward and shake your hand. You get me? And humble yourself and say, yes, King, you're right. You're never wrong. So this is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, where supersede enough I want to see them call laws about here. You don't have to know it. I walk with one of these documents in my pocket, because when I get my world passport, them send them things to me long time ago. So I know these things long time ago. And every man who say them is a world citizen is a part of this construct. Because them a function on a much higher level. Them not say the racism, but we call a spade a spade. We're not going to get no itch and no scratch it. You know what I mean? So this is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Yeah, man.
Brotherhood. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration, without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing or under any other limitation of sovereignty. Article 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Article 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. Article 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Article 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination.
You hear that, people? All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. What law is that? Must be the supreme law of these lands. And there's only one document come making such a declaration, and that was from them 1776 Declaration of Independence. And when they move on to upgrade themselves, the very same constitution became the supreme law of the land, even in its amended form. And as such, Jamaica, as an island nation, adopted the very same principle, where it has within its document, its constitutional document, the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. And this is the Jamaica contract, people. So this is our clarity. And if we're wrong, we don't have no issue. We don't want to come forward and express how and where we're wrong so we can learn and improve ourselves. But we don't necessarily want foreign people to try to interpret things to us anymore. We don't want foreign people that are leading a kind of organization we're supposed to benefit I. But lead the organization where benefit your foreigners. Because that's all you guys do. Look out for only foreign interests as foreigners in these leadership positions in our place. We have enough of it. This is what we are saying. And it's not just this island, it's straight across our hemisphere. Straight across the board. So if you not choose to stand up for what you believe in and know as right, then you lay down and die. Because you're going to die anyway. So if you choose to die like a slave, that's your free will choice. I choose not to. I chose to stand as this man and say, I am free. I've always been free. And no writing and no paper by no corporate entity cannot enslave I. Can't enslave me. Can't enslave my people when I'm around. Because I'm going to call it out. Yeah, man, I'm going to say, yo, look out. So the political system is that culprit. Are you people blind? There's no good there. The political system is foreign. And this political system come dividing itself, saying, hey, choose me. Hey, choose me. Hey, go attack this. Hey, go attack that. It is for its purpose. It brings divide. So you can't talk about one politician and not the other. They are all the same. It's all foreign to us and it's all bad. Because without this thing, we wouldn't have this kind of crazy mess. We probably would have something else. So them truth your people have to say and not knowledge. Don't talk about politics and attack for one side or the other. The labor right them is a mess, just like the PNP is a mess, because them is a foreign puppet. It's a foreign instrument to enslave the native people, the original people, the aborigines of this hemisphere. All nations take counsel together. You get me? For suppress, oppress, and maintain one order to keep these people enslaved. And every now and again, you have a energy like I rising on the earth and do something just a little bit different. And I point it out and I show the people and say, watch ya. Say, I are there with you know. I live amongst you know. I go through the same tribulation such as you know, but I choose to stand up. I am he. We have a whole host of other people who now has risen up. We want to think them get them inspiration there. Listen to how my people are speak now. Listen to the words them where them are use. Where you think that foundation come from? Listen to even the mainlanders them over there. This is why I salute the people them when I institutionalize and choose to apply themselves and step forward bold and brave and say, this is who we are. Free inhabitant of this earth. We are the earthling here then. So if you are some alien, then declare on yourself as such. Because I always say, you know, this system is not human, it's non-human. So we not necessarily wrestle with flesh and blood. It's principalities in some high places where you have some elite class of people that try dictate terms and conditions to the more size people. And I try to tell we for worship and pray to their God and worship and bow down to their king. And I feel over there I say, burn that. Oh no. We're not interested in no foreign, nothing at all. Absolutely no foreign, nothing at all. This is where I man we choose to say. Now I say all foreign people bad. Me I say, boy, I give it our own thing. Ahuuakh. This is why we come with even our own term in a brethren. When we say ahuuakh, it carry a whole different frequency, you know. The people them of such will choose to apply themselves, you know. Cannot be no normal people. Will always be a set apart people, naturally in this earth. What? Among the Mormons, them on can give them respect there. Some foreign pale people. Is on the pale man can come step up and talk about him free, boy. When I'm a theme place, boy. We don't agree. We say we as a people, we choose to be free. And the power in the earth can't tell we nothing. The boy with them big gun and them press button can't tell we nothing. We don't want to hear it. If we have fundamental rights and freedom, fundamental mean it not come from a little group of some boy we are tell themselves that them special. It not come from them kind of people. It not come from a group of gal where wear white pearl around them neck. And I go on like we don't know about them harlotry, irrespective of them marriage status. It not come from them group of people. That will burn them. You know hear what I talk? You think you can't complicate a man like me? And that type problem. So enough people easy to sell out. Them will side with some other sellout. But when them see a man like I come through with some other warrior such as I, we talk this way, uncompromising, them get afraid. Because them not like truth. They're adversarial to truth. Yeah, man. But we, that's our foundation, truth. Anyway, there, we have a itch up, we have a look friend, I'm gonna care if no dash water upon we when truth there. We're not gonna wait. We not care if no cuss we, we no disrespect we all we not swing whip on we. We are saying some truth there, make we take them whip ya. Make we take the beating. Make we take the roughness. Truth there, so we want this truth. Universal Declaration on Human Rights. What do you think that means? You feel like true there Jamaica it not apply. Now make no England official I tell you about you have a different human rights. There's no such thing. What I'm not gonna tell you is because of your status. Because you're in a slave status as a slave citizen. An immigrant. How you have to be immigrant? And you now come out on a cool region. And you don't accept these things, you know. The moment you challenge it, them have to stand down and go in a corner, you know. Them are brighter than you, you know, my lord. I care where them are purport themselves to be, you know. Because our intelligence and our intellect now derive from a little foreign institution, you know, I lord. We connected to what is known as the Akashic record. We get it from our ancestry, from our deoxyribonucleic acid. It's in our DNA, it's in our bloodline. Naturally, my lord. So no foreign guy now go can school a man like I when I is the man who school the world. I is the man who school the earth. Mess now come with another little foreign thing in a writing and I come try to tell I, this man, this living soul, say I for subject myself to foreign will. Never. Never. And again, I'll say it. Never. And that's my thing there. So if you don't want to learn how to read and write, your business that. You get me? And if you don't get truth, you don't want to acknowledge and accept truth, your business that. You know what I mean? But you see, for the people that want know say a truth seeker, you get me? And a righteous warrior, like all them Warwick Hill platform there. I don't mind I bring honorable clarification so man can look and say, oh, yeah, man. And a man can say, all right, I'm going to do my own research now because remember, you know, what thing not normal. We are genius naturally. It's inherent in us. This is why them have to spoil with. That's why when we're bad, we're the baddest. And when we're fast, we're the fastest. And when we're smart, we're the smartest. And when we're good, we're golden. Them no one would know that. But all I would know I go stay bad. Every now and again, I feel we have come forward and say we're not interested in our badness, our criminality. We are say righteousness, whether you like it or not. So learn to read and write. Then you can learn how to comprehend what you've read and where you have a plan for write.
Discrimination. Article 8. Article 8. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. Article 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by law. Article 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. Article 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal. Article 10. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile.
You hear that, people? No one shall be subjected to arbitrarily arrest, meaning Kevin M. Bates not supposed to just send a free man on the road and just arbitrarily I tell himself say him have right and authority and I look at this man as commodity or some kind of property and then I go place him and cuff and lock you. This police officer Kevin M. Bates I go pull my brethren Jaguar, the living soul manifest as man, what them call Joel Campbell. My brethren, I call him Joel Jaguar. Yeah, man. So when the man use him own authority when him get from under him mother and just open the man door and pull the man out of him car and throw handcuff on him and arrest that man. That's called arbitrarily arrest. Because him not an authority. Him just a tell himself, say, my Lord God Almighty. Him a the big man pan a horse, you know, in him white cloak with him hood over him head. And I say, boy, him have a big whip. And say him can do these things. And him not for answer to nobody. Because him and Donald P. Hart are good brethren, and them man they are run the paperwork in the background. And him know Thomas S. Barrett. Because the whole of them are drinking partner and brethren. Him are them flunky. Kevin M. Bates are these people's flunky. Says one organization, one conspiracy, one big fat RICO charge. Because them man they are run the island like a some old gangster thing. And we know all about these things. These foreign gangsters will come in our location and create their own system. Yeah, man. Because them work hand in hand with the hidden hand. So the man not for just see and just talk about him and arrest you. Who you and your man? A time I go come when I try that is judgment on earth. And this is what cause all the problem. Because there is laws where they're in place and people are choose to create policy to circumvent the very laws that are in place to make sure so we as free people maintain our dignity and our honor. These people are do that. I know we are do that. I know we bad. These people are create the badness, my Lord. We now have to rise to this occasion and start look at these documents with our own eyes and not make no foreign people come tell with this and that. When you say a foreign man sit down at the head of any organization, question that. When you don't look like me I question it straight from the rip. Who you? What's your point of origin? I like to know. Now tell me about your Jamaican, because that no exists. That a corporate construct, fiction on paper. You get me? I am way more so than where you are consider yourself to be. I am that foundation. I am the root. I am what you see. You understand? So I man express myself. So this voice is necessary. Because all of my people can be this expressive. When I have this extensive vocabulary. So when we speak, we can at least serenade somebody. And all the way of it. So I have to bring it so my people can get it. Yeah, man. No make them fool you, man. No man not to come talk about him and run up and arrest you. How you? Where your warrant there? What kind of authority you have to do that? I will give you that authority. Because I don't consent to these things. Who are you people? If I'm a criminal, then it's a whole different ball game. Because I'm going to move like a criminal. You won't have access to me. You won't even see me. You won't even know of me. All you got to do is feel me. Every which part me move, I bear fire. Me I leave in my wake. Down to grass, where grow up on people, pretty lawn, me I burn. So if me I deal with criminality, is a whole different level. A whole different energy. This is why we choose good. But when we choose good in a criminal world, it's tough. It's really tough. But we are well firm to what we know is correct. And we are still lawful. We are well firm to what is good. This is our free will choice. So why are no foreign people have criminalized the good people of this earth? You understand? And when you have the little Mickey Mouse criminal, when you can't ever handle those criminal. When you can't handle little dunce criminal, when you have and we don't want to criminalize. We were upon this level. When you think when you can't handle this, when you can't handle it, I'm telling you already, you're not off limits. You guys are never off limits. When you're not off, you have our people are serving. You're never off limits. I just told my people just to learn. So give them a next few more months under high tutelage. And I got to the people and start asking some valid questions and demand accountability. Naturally. Yeah, man.
Exile. Article 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal, in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. Article 11. Everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. No one shall be held guilty of any penal, everyone charged with a penal offense, everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal, in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him.
You hear that, people? Watch me now. The elite class of people with them fancy students, them and them fancy people that will know all kind of things. And watch me, me not deal with Uno right now. Uno know them things already. Me I talk to my little common people. Article 10 says everyone is entitled to full equality, to a fair and public hearing. You hear that? Public hearing. So when some man carry in some room and go and like it private, watch me now, man. On carry on a phone and on carry all instruments of recording, so on can publicize on act, on operate, and how these very people conduct themselves within these courts. So none of them right there. Me share laws where so on can record any public official anywhere them there as long as them in a them public capacity. You can't do it when them in a them private sit with them like a family, and you can't do that. But the moment them say them a work out here in the public, you can record these people. You don't need their permission. No time at all. You don't need their permission. Me already do these things and show these things. You get me? So if everyone is entitled to full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal, what do you think that means? An independent and impartial tribunal. How can the judge work with the same prosecutor? We work with the same police officer. We work for the very same crown. Because the Inns Court go back, right back to Templar's church. And Templar church are where the crown sit. Is that not a conflict of interest? Because all of these people are work for the same cause, have the same interest, but them are try give the impression as if, oh, I'm a defense attorney trying to defend you. Defend who when you work with those prosecuting attorney? Defend who when you work with that prosecuting judge? Because the judge now go sit as an independent fact finder. He might work with all of you guys until you invoke his public oath made under penalties of perjury. Until you do that, you understand? So when I talk to these people in them official capacity, when I introduce myself, I ask for whoever out of office. I talk to no Mickey Mouse dunce clerk. Them know my style, boy. When I go in front them and them just start hide and scramble and run and say, I miss a Dallas, I miss a Dallas. Everybody start running. And say the boss come around to me. I not play games. When some little clown clerk come in front of me make them know so not playing a game with me now. Not playing a game with me. Because if you come here and say you work, you know, say, boy, you have bylaws where guide your actions. And when man come to do certain things here and want to choose for doing their own thing, you can get 6 months to 2 years in prison. You get me? Because all are connected federally. Whether you're there Jamaica, whether you're there around Alabama, whether you're there around Nantucket. You get me? Even when you're around England, all are connected federally. You understand? Because all of these laws and rules and regulations coincide with each other. But what's first in time is truest. So you have to invoke what was first. So these new things with them convert the people them down to property and commodity and nothing at all. These things cannot apply to you unless you consent. You have to agree for these things to apply to you. And our people say we not consent to absolutely nothing at all. We rather burn it down. We rather set Nantucket on fire. Burn that place down. Because them not have no truth. You understand? Them a move unlawful over there. Them a use legality and legal process to oppress the native people, the true Indian, the aborigines of that location. Them have the people them so scared of the people them they ever realize what are going. If you not point it out to them, saying, so the man have a noose around your neck with a whip a beat you, them not realize that. You comprehend that? So this is why we have to step forward and bring forth our chat, whether I don't like it or not. Free will. Come bring the laws where we are broken. When we are demonstrating and showing all the laws where UNO put in place, where UNO are violate. And UNO do it intentionally. I'm going to dumb down the people, and I laugh at the people, I call them peasants. And some little politician where can't read and write too good. Some politician where lack moral integrity. I try come in front these people and talk to we. They can't talk to no righteous man, you know. Righteous man lit to no fire, you know. Burning up anyone there, you know. Yeah, man, with no apology. And we're not showing no sympathy, no mercy. We leave that to the Most High Creator to deal with that. We are burning up with fire, man. God, the words from our mouth is like that. Flaming, burning, flame of fire. When it going on, man, it tear up on a soul. Like when I feel look upon myself and I say, boy, Jano, that's so really, you know, outrageous. Yeah, all I know politician I see him, uno are the problem. The man tell me about this politician or that politician. Me I say the whole system is problematic. The whole political system is foreign to us. And how do you remove yourself from this political system? Well, you align yourself with the international law, laws like this, Universal Declaration on Human Rights, where you remove yourself from under the yoke of these politicians. Which man can come chat to me about my politician? You better come talk to me as a friend. You get me? As a native man where we are show each other respect. Don't try dictate terms, because you can't more sound than me. You can't more wholesome than me. Why? Because you serve the adversary. And that's the truth. You guys are serving the adversary. This is why you guys are so adversarial to the people. And through the people dunce. I mean, itch for say it. Through we as a people are dunce people. We don't know about a foreign construct we want to bring come around here. And even when we are taught this language long time, we come put on a claim on it. Say English a foreign language when we have this thing way before you. Because I know when you were saying English, man, you know where some foreign Vikings come from some little different place. Come around here and talk about tonight. When you don't speak for English and not like what we are speak now. So you usurp our thing. That's all you do. But through our people not really depend on the level for comprehend the usurpation. It's not in one aspect. They have usurped us in all aspects, my people. So we have to not remember. We have to just remember. That's all we have to do. I remember who and what we are. And I make the man tell we. You get me? Word of the wise.
Article 11. Everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. No one shall be held guilty of any penal offense on account of any act or omission which did not constitute a penal offense, under national or international law, at the time when it was committed. Nor shall a heavier penalty be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time the penal offense was committed. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. Article 13. Article 13. Article 13. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks.
Now, Kevin M. Bates has done just that. When this document show you said no one, including you, Kevin M. Bates, State Trooper of Nantucket, shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy. You see a man I go down the road with him automobile, make sure you check. You get me? And I'm quite sure when you call, well, you're a long time man in that place. So you know this man. Because my brethren said no you, which was a surprise to me, because my brethren never expressed them things that to me. Say no, not like that. You understand? So you know the man, and you and your brethren, Daniel P. Hart, conspire for thief the man property and carry go give your friend. We have the tow truck area. Because female young daughter probably like the man car. And this is one of them little Mickey Mouse conspiracy. This is how on deal with the native people, the Indian, the true original aborigines of that location. First term Indian until you come with your little foreign friend by way of miscegenation, and I call those little foreigners. And I give those foreigners all kind of privilege. And because the people them is of the dark skin nature, I say, boy, them for go back to Africa when them don't know nothing about Africa. When you, the pilgrim and Quaker, for go back to any little cool region want to enter from. Because I want to originate on that island. So I want to just want to interfere with people's privacy, interfere with people's family, even the correspondence. When the man place documents on the court, I want to ignore. I want to totally ignore and act like nothing happened. Not realizing so everything is being recorded. And all I ever come back, come haunt you guys, because it's always your commission or your omission. This is always how you guys shall be judged. So I'm going to take a public oath to uphold the supreme law of the land, not just on a private corporation. So, as we go along, step by
Attacks.
step.
Article 13. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. Article 14. Everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. This right may not be invoked in the case of prosecutions genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 15. Everyone has the right to a nationality. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Article 16. Men and women of full age, without any limitation due to race, nationality or religion, have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. Marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending spouses. The family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. Article 17. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought. Article 18. No one shall. Article 17. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property.
Kevin M. Bates, listen carefully. Everyone has a right to own property alone, as well as in association with others. So like my good brother, we're in association with us. This is why we have interest enough to speak on his behalf. And you, Kevin M. Bates, you must be a very rich man. You understand? Because we want our money and we want our compensation from you, Kevin Bates, because you was the man who orchestrate and perpetrate this wrong. And then you will have to talk and say, boy, it was a conspiracy. Donald P. Hart sent you. And then Donald P. Hart, we have to say, we consult with Thomas S. Barrett and show him a judge and say, it's okay if I mess with Joel Jaguar. Because we know him a free man, but we don't want him around here. We don't want his kind around here. If him probably did light skin like some Puerto Rican, we probably could have deal with him. This is phone conspiracy on that island over there called Nantucket. You hear me? I continually go at you. Because I'm going to make you know so if you leave people alone when they're free. Because you can't come from some foreign location and dominate this area. and then I go tell everybody say boy them for subject to your foreign will. No such thing. No such thing. You want a foreign vacation island, go and go in a them cold region, they go create that. You're not going to be able to run all the people them and will stay silent. If you even run them well, we're going to make some noise and say them foreigner you run way out of town, you know. Yeah, man, because them are called with clown, you know. Yeah, man. And most of them dress up in a one big black gown, you know. And impose some imaginary authority on the free native people, the true Indians, the aborigines of that location. Everyone has a right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No different from a putting in a trust together. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. It's just like when them just see me and take for my car. Me have to teach my judiciary them kind of information. Yeah, this is not new for a man like I. Me have to literally carry my judicial system right back to school. I literally did that around here. So when you say enough happenings are going on is because them know say boy, I is here taking silent judicial notice of their conduct. They know that. I've expressed that. This is why the Honorable Chief Judge Chester Crooks give me that invitation. So listen, you're welcome to sit in my courtroom anytime. I just not get around to it. I can't wait for have some time and facilitate myself to sit down in some of these local courtrooms. All the Klansman trial, I should have sit down in another courtroom there. You know, as an independent fact finder and I take silent judicial notice and I give the chief judge certain signal. You understand? So I can watch the prosecutors and the defense attorneys and watch all of these attorneys and make a mess of things. It's always the attorney practice. Make a mess of things. I'll tell you that. So we don't care. We can talk about these people who move unlawfully over there on Nantucket Island. A lot of people over there have the wrong concept. Who them are called criminal and non-criminal. And the true criminal is the culprit. The true criminals is the culprit. And look like Kevin M. Bates, you know, have some kind of fixation on pulling over Aborigines, native people of that island. I said it.
Property. No one shall be. Everyone has Article 17. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom, either alone or in community with others and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. Article 19. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Article 20. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. Article 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country, directly or through. Everyone has the article. No one may be compelled to belong to an association.
No one may be compelled to belong to an association such as the corporate government of Jamaica. You can't compel it to itch up with your thing. Just like the United States Corporation, you can't compel it to itch up in your thing. Just like around Britain, you can't compel with being a common citizen when we have national and an upgrade for the British national. So all of them people where you say look like foreign around there, your status is right on par or above them as a British national people. Stop playing silly around there. Make some foreign people are treating like some criminal or a mess like not worth nothing. How can you pay for visa? Because man never virgin, you know, what tell me them thing already, you know. The man say him there around England for him a youth and him a put in some work. And him a pay tax. And I don't know how the immigration system stay, but him say, boy, I don't know if every year him have to pay a piece of money, must about $3,500 if he stay in a country a process visa, but him not have access to these certain things. And when him get sick, heart attack, this man I say him get sick, so boom, him have to lose the work where him a work on these things. And because him lose the work, you know, so everything turned down. Him say when him appeal to the government agency in Britain for aid, them a tell him say him them can't help him. And him a say all the taxes when him pay and all the money, them cannot help the man. And the man have find himself in some situation where probably if him there Jamaica, he would have on him own dead. Probably in his own room, if not in his own house. You understand? So me quite aware of them kind of slave conduct what go on inside of the immigration system all over the earth. It's not just in Britain, because it's rampant in the US. But usually when people is out of status, people is totally unaware of who and what they are. You understand? And if I go around Britain this way, me I stand up around Britain as a free man in Britain. You get me? Me now go around Britain when a monarchy can give me in a chat. Me I go around Britain as a man who own the land mass there. Because me know say them way there our people deal with things. But to, you know, most of my people, when them find themselves in a foreign country, them turn free. Me not lie. Yeah, man, them don't want a problem, so them want to live peaceful. Yeah, man, them want to live peaceful. So them not bother raise them head and ask certain questions. But don't make these foreign people telling them a mess. Just always look into the laws and stick with the laws that govern these things. Start with the constitution in these countries. In Britain, them have the British Nationality Act of, I think, 1948. And that act was amended to the Jamaica Independence Act and amended and upgraded to the Jamaica Constitution. So if you know how to look on these things legally and apply lawfully, then you're going to realize, say, boy, you're no immigrant in England. You understand? Or does you choose to be? Free will choice, them say, no, but you have to have a choice. If you don't have the alternative information, if you can approach it that way, then you don't have a choice. You just think you do, and you're a proper slave, unknowing to you.
Association. Article 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country, directly or through freely chosen representatives. Everyone has the right of equal access to public service in his country. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections which shall be by universal and equal suffrage and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedures. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections which shall be by universal and equal suffrage and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedures. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections which shall be by universal and equal suffrage and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedures. Article 22. Everyone, as a member of society, has the right to social security and is entitled to realization, through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state, of the economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and the free development of his personality.
Well, when me hear them say everyone as a member of society has the right to social security, me have a question that, because that's a system where that's imposed that day, you know? And really within the Constitution, it talk about commonwealth, you know? And the commonwealth are the wealth of everybody. The wealth of everybody, not just some attorney and them friends. You understand? A place like our island nation here, so where we are export so much raw material overseas. We should have get a paycheck, some kind of return dividends to us in a some kind of, you'd say, exemption where we can see the benefits of these export of our raw material to foreigners. But we don't have these things. We have all some man that talk about them a Jamaican name Chin, Ching, Chang, all of these look funny names. And when they see them man up on one boat will cost more than the GDP of our island nation. And that's a one man. And we are complaining about poverty in some location. Some people for hang. A them thing they may talk about. Some people, some of them foreign people, if we start round them up, man. And question them, man. And run them deoxyribonucleic acid and say which one of the colonizers them related to. And address them accordingly. When I talk about corporal punishment and capital punishment and hanging, any man will get caught for treason for dead instantly. Yeah, decapitation. Whether hang him or chop off the head and put it on a stake. This is where treasonous activity, is punished that way. So, I'm not mindful when I not try to push some things on some common people and I know say it apply. The only way I push it out there. And I have to be mindful of these things. It's amazing the information that is there. You know what I mean? And people choose not to access it. Them choose to babble as if, them know these things. We have to access these information and start look at it in its legal context. And then we choose to apply it lawfully. It's our legal definition here. Step by step, people.
Personality. Article 23. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work and to protection against unemployment. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity, and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity, and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection.
We have that here. I talk to a good sister, and this sister work in our government, sector, put it that way. And the sister said, boy, she live in a location and she live with her husband, and boy, she drive on these things because she work a long time, but she said, boy, she have a little old car where she can't upgrade. You understand? And she find it hard for her exist with her 2 children because, everybody want the best for them children, so them going to try find the better school for try, She said it's so tough. She wonder what go on. You understand? Yet you have one politician with brag and talk about him have a house with all 13 bedroom when him can sleep in a one. Him have all 4, 5, 6 different car when him can only, drive in a one. Some of them politicians have brag about the big, tall, fluffy woman them where them have in a bungle when them only can sleep with only one. Well, my mistake. All kind of things are going on now. So them probably asleep with a whole bunch of them. This is why we can't get nothing out of these politicians. I burn the whole political system and burn its participants. And me not play games. That is the problem. You get me? If I go join politics and me up on one side, and all when me see my opposition on the next side, I do everything that is right. Me have to naturally, by my nature, oppose him. I know him, I do everything that is right. And that is politics. And my people don't realize it. My people make some little foreign people a fool them with $5,000 trinkets. A politician and them political system spoil our nation because the political system was an experiment. It's never been here in this location before. But my people don't know that. So them just come forward yesterday. And them a come out of some foreign institution of learning and talk like something broke up in them nose when them go over Europe and come back. You get me? Especially when them have all a little pretty ear, straight nose. Them have the foreigners' nose. Them have our Aborigine nose. That's some me know a lot of them, you know. When them come with some pointed sitting in front, them laugh and say, where the clown they come from? How have in bloodline? Me personally, I do that. Because I know the ancients they look just as I saw it go. And them thing they are showed. I do the research. Everything I want to look at, I got the pick eye. No, they pick none of the guys out there. Go look on the helmet then. Away. Until some other man said them imitate it and make them own thing. We are the truth of the earth, man. Them just spoil with us why we behave so bad. But anytime we find back ourselves and start carry on and conduct ourselves good, yeah, it going to change. But we have to go through the purge, yeah. And usually it will get a bit worse before it get better. So we want to say I go on, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for much worse. And then we get the golden age. Because most of the wicked are going to wipe out. Step by step, people. Read for yourself, man. Apply on yourself, man. Now make them politicians here telling you nothing like them can do anything. Them can't do it without your consent. And if you sit and don't say nothing at all, by your acquiescence, your silence is acquiescence. You're going to agree and say, oh no, go, do it, kill it. You understand? You're not going to agree to all of that.
Protection. Everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his interests. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. Article 26. Everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. Education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further the activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. Parents have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Article 27. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. Everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author. Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. In the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in a democratic society. These rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Text of the Declaration. History of the Declaration. Drafters of the Declaration. The foundation of international human rights law. Human rights law.
Give thanks and praise. Gratitude free people. Gratitude free people. In an effort to bring clarity to my common people. Yeah. We share this kind of information, you know what I mean, for making it known that the Universal Declaration on Human Rights is straight across the earth, my people. You have to choose to invoke it, and the moment your nation state is a signatory of that document, then it applies. But you have to know it, you have to invoke it. Them not necessarily are going to follow what them supposed to do, because when you're a lawbreaker, you're not really business. You just want to break laws until you're caught. You get me? And there is no difference with these. Yeah, that's a governmental officials who should know better but choose for line them pocket for financial gain at the detriment of the native people, usually, or the common people, or the local populace. This is the truth. Yeah, man. So again, I say salute to the people in the chat. Yeah, man. Young Cherokee Prezi, long time warrior, you know. Salute. Yeah, man. My good brother, Sir Anthony. Yeah, man. Salute. Honorable King, honorable man. Yeah, man. Joel Jaguasi out there in Nantucket Island, where Kevin and Bates seem fixated on, you know. A man that like pull over Aborigines. A man that like to harass the free people once them express themselves freely. And this is a veteran state trooper with no better. He's totally aware of this sovereign state capacity. He's totally aware of him acts. You know what I mean? I'm aware of him action. Yeah, man. So as we go along, you know. Salute, Petra. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, man. That boy. Yeah, man, over in Canada there. Anna, my king. Anna. Long time. I'm very Indian. Same way. Same way. Same way. Yeah, man. So it's a complete gratitude, people. Again, we just bring forward some information where, you know, should guide us along the line of clarity. Because we like say honorable clarification. You understand? Just so we can say, yeah, you know, at least we bring closure to any particular situation. So we have these kind of fundamental rights and freedoms where we people, them I say we don't have access to what we do. It's like when we got GP and someone I say, boy, you're a prisoner, you don't have no rights. And me I say, I beg to differ. Because if you not tell me, say that man there over there, so dash hot water and burn up the next man there, where both of them are prisoner. And the prisoner will get burned up. Seeing? So, the state, because the state supposed to protect them. You understand? And him win. So how not say prisoner have rights? I don't know the rights you have. Even the accused man have rights. This is why with judiciary have to approach this thing on a much higher level. And I can't continue like how you normally I continue when everybody is asleep or dunce or blind. Remember, I am he, and because you're not aware of my presence, it interrupt a lot of you guys' activity. And I said to the eye them, say, watch ya, do the thing correctly, because it can be done that way. You understand? And remove some of the attorneys' manipulation, because all them are deal with is money. Them not deal with law and order, not all of them. Very few is there where uphold high integrity. Very few. But most of them just there for the clout. If they say, oh, I'm an attorney. For when them go, them get the best set of girls, them call, oh, I'm an attorney. And if them gay, them get the best set of guys because them is an attorney. I saw them work. Them call themselves elite class. Yeah, them say them special. Because them pay millions of dollars for them kind of education, and them don't know nothing about law. Very far removed from law. All them know is legal process, which is separate and distinct from law. And this is what our people have to grasp. Yeah, man. Don't be carried away. Don't be fooled. Let's apply ourselves. And watch me now. You know, hear me talk. Just go do the research and challenge me. A simple thing. And just run on your mouth and get in your feelings, and, you know, I tell yourself, say, you for be me out here. That's what you probably tell yourself. No, man. Make we as a people apply ourselves. And if you say, boy, what me I say are nonsense, then challenge the information. And if you find say it's a nonsense, bring it come to I so I can correct that nonsense and improve myself. So the very few people who pay attention to my information can move forward correctly. And that we are said. Now just come throw things down with throat. And I say I saw it go when you know some sodomite. When you know some harlot for some Freemasonic old white guys, but you know want come push process down our throat. When you come in front of me, I kick out teeth. Some go on. I exercise no etiquette when it comes to freedom. I decapitate people instantly. Kick out teeth. Kick in a face. Yeah, man, with a 20-pound Clark's booty. With iron in a tip. This is how we treat you now when you come and interfere with liberty. You don't want truth. You don't want to truth. Well, you stay on a lie. But don't draw away in it. Righteousness is what we are dealing with. That we are said. So we say give thanks, people. Gratitude for your presence. As usual, you know, we pass through and bring our philosophical reasoning and upstar some of them things what them have out there. We don't have a problem. We're lawful and we're correct. We don't break no law. If we are, bring it come and we correct ourselves. We don't have them problem there. No ego no there, so. But we don't have a problem around with anybody, anywhere, anytime. Because we are free people. And if you're free like we're going to on one accord. We not go have no problem. We not go have no kind of problem from your free man like us. You understand? It's when you're not free, you find problem with free man like I. You can always find problem with free man like me because you're not free. It is that simple. And you know, by now, so we not pet and pamper. If we out of order and we find say boy we incorrect, we don't mind a draw up and apologize. But not true, we apologize to you today, we're not going to tear off your head tomorrow. You have to know that. Stay in line and get correct. You can't be a public servant and arbitrarily take away people property and I say true you have on a costume with a big gun on your waist. You're right. No, you're wrong. And you have always been wrong. And you have been wrong for a very long time out there on that Nantucket Island. All of y'all. Yeah, man. And if people choose to do them own private investigation or little financial auditing of all of y'all, I'm going to find all different kind of discrepancies. Oh, you have this big pretty boat and you're just a trooper. You get me? Oh, your wife a fly plane like that and she can't even work nowhere. Because she's just a dolled up, what them call dolled up dilly doll. You understand? I want to get full of wealth and riches. I want to come from some places where I want to run and escape persecution. I want to come in my land and come with zero. So I want to get on top. Who put on top? Acquiescence, because my people do not speak up and we do not speak out. You understand? We quarrel amongst ourselves. That's our problem. And that way we're not going to effect true change. This is why I say let everybody get knowledge. Let everybody get information so people can choose to make correct decisions. And when them choose, them suffer the consequences of their choice. That's it. Yeah, man. So gratitude again, people. Step by step. Step by step. The brave may fall, but never yield. Universal Declaration on Human Rights. Human rights. Yeah, man. You have a dark hue, you're a man, that's your right.